Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have several stories for you in this video. First, I'm going to jump into a piece from A&B Crypto. It's about a Forex company that is now offering a basket of cryptocurrencies to consumers with XRP being included. Should make the buying and selling of it easier, and the company does more, so I'll get into the specifics here. I've also got a piece today from the dailyhodl.com, and it's titled The Ripple Effect. Crypto platform with 2.5 million users now supports XRP. And this is an interesting and new take. I covered part of what they talk about in the story in the past. It had to do with Ripple and Spring, and you'll see when I get to it anyway. But fascinating piece nonetheless, and I also know that not everybody watches every video, but you should. You should watch every Moon Lambo video. No, I'm kidding. And then we got this piece from Oracle Times. This is new, and I talked about this conceptually also, just not this particular piece. XRP milestone: 79% of the top tier validators are not run by Ripple. I'm going to want to make a specific point on this piece when I get to it. And the last piece, unrelated to XRP, but fascinating nonetheless, so I thought I'd share it with you. This piece is titled, Chargers Russell Okung says Bitcoin is freedom after bank denies request to withdraw his own money. So it's LA Chargers Russell Okung. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right, but regardless, that's what we're talking about here. Now, before we get rolling, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, well, thank you so much for stopping by. Happy to have you here. Just make sure you wipe your feet at the door. Don't need anybody footprints. And with that, subscribe if you'd like to, hear Moon Lambo XRP content on a regular basis. Let's jump into this piece here. Forex Capital Market, aka FXCM, is a reputed international provider of online foreign exchange. It's in the news today after it announced the introduction of cryptocurrency baskets for its retail customers. Yes, indeed, retail customers. Usually when I hear stories about cryptocurrencies being packaged and sold together, it's for institutional buyers, so this one's a little bit different. The company already serves as an online foreign exchange, contracts for difference, CFD, and as a platform for crypto trading. FXCM has dubbed this basket Crypto Major. What an intense name, Crypto Major! And will be adding Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. The use of multiple financial instruments in baskets will make it possible for investors to trade in all of them at once without the need to manage each instrument separately. CEO of FXCM, Brendan Callan, welcomed the announcement and said that the basket of cryptocurrencies will ease the pain of constantly monitoring the markets, he said. And here's a quote. Crypto Major, that's how you have to say it from now on. Crypto Major therefore streamlines the trading process and protects our customers from unanticipated and adverse market movements. It is a great opportunity for our customers who are looking to move into crypto trading but don't want to risk too much overexposure. And then the piece continues. Cryptocurrency baskets are gaining popularity among investors who lack the time and knowledge to read through hundreds of cryptos. I gotta tell you though, my humble opinion, if you're gonna jump into a highly volatile asset class such as crypto, research, okay? Like, it's highly advisable to research. Now, admittedly, when I jumped in November of 2017, I put in such a minimal amount of money though, but I jumped in and I was like, but you know what I looked at it as? Gambling. But if you're gonna invest in any sort of serious capacity, please educate yourself. Just do yourself a favor. I'm not going to offer financial advice on this channel ever, and I don't make price predictions. But I can tell you this: if you don't research jumping into this asset class, you're really going to eat it financially. I really believe that, because out of the thousands of cryptocurrencies that exist today, I think most of them will indeed go the way of the dodo. That beloved avian creature, now extinct. Beautiful, majestic creature. Actually, I don't even remember what it looks like. Anyway, Coinbase's GDAX, a Bitcoin trading platform, informed investors about the various assets listed on it. However, Coinbase offered differential weightage for Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin, while FXCM offers equal weightage to every coin to hedge transparency and not overly expose the product to just one crypto. Okay, fair enough approach. That's what you want to do. I still think that you need to get educated to some degree. Like, to me, it's just like, if this adds simplicity to the buying and selling, okay, cool, go for it. Still, know what the hell you're buying. Anyway, in 2018, multiple crypto projects introduced crypto baskets like Flipside Crypto with Coinmetrics.io, dailycryptobasket.com, and Set Protocols Project, to name a few. However, the idea of the crypto basket is in tough competition with tokenized projects, according to a report, and are yet to prove themselves to gain mass adoption. So there you go, take it for what it's worth, but hey, XRP's in there, and if XRP's included, I'm not going to get angry about it. You do your thing, see if it gets adopted. The Ripple Effect crypto platform with 2.5 million users now supports XRP. That's the headline of a Daily Huddle piece. Ripple's Incubator Spring, an initiative that helps innovative blockchain projects secure funding and partnerships, is investing $750,000 into mobile wallet provider BRD, and that part I indeed had reported on here. Different take here, though. BRD is one of the fastest growing mobile cryptocurrency wallets. It has more than 2.5 million users in 170 different countries. The company is experiencing rapid growth in key areas, including a steady increase in monthly active users and transaction volume. Ripple says companies like BRD want to use XRP because it solves scalability problems that have not yet been resolved by Bitcoin developers. Yeah, no kidding. Nor will they ever be solved by Bitcoin developers, if I had to guess. In turn, the investment will support Ripple's ongoing efforts to build the Internet of Value. Says Sunit Wadhwa. God, I'm never going to know how to say that, am I? See, but you listening to this, you could look at that, and I bet the vast majority of you would also have no idea how to enunciate that. Anyway, so he's the head of strategic partnerships at Ripple. BRD will build on Spring to support and integrate XRP into the BRD wallet, which will enable their customers to buy, sell, hold, spend, and send XRP to anyone in the world. And the piece continues, BRD gives users complete control over their funds through its non-custodial wallet, enabling new types of decentralized financial services, including decentralized banking, which I want to talk about, lending, and peer-to-peer transactions that can be conducted on the XRP ledger. And so that's the vast majority of what I wanted to touch on in this piece. I think that really strikes at the heart of what I want to talk. I don't want to read this whole thing to you here. But to me, look, I'll tell you this, as it pertains to investments that Ripple's making through the Spring Initiative, I know there are some people that are really upset that not every investment Spring makes directly involves XRP, but I don't care. I think that it's great if there's going to be a cheerleader for the asset class, and if it engages ILP, which I think will be great for XRP. In this case, we are explicitly talking about XRP, so everybody raise your hands up in the air. We all happy, right? Next piece, XRP milestone, 79% of the top-tier validators are not run by Ripple. And I talked about this, but it's in the news here again, and so I'm just going to briefly cover it and just make a point and then move on here. Ripple and XRP have been making a lot of headlines this year, and the entities have been surrounded not only by various achievements, but also by controversy. A lot of voices in the crypto space have been claiming that Ripple is in control of XRP, and Ripple's reps have been trying to explain that this is not the case, XRP is not a security, and they provided various explanations. It's been said that XRP could very well go on even if Ripple the company were to stop existing. It's been reported by the online publication The Daily Huddle that Ripple's list of trusted validators has been updated. Now it reportedly shows 79% of the nodes in the list are not run by Ripple. Okay, so I wanted to make this point because the threshold is always, it is 80%, and I just want to state this again, and I did mention it once on the channel before, but I think it's worth repeating here. Hitting that milestone of 80%, while substantial and notable, certainly worth covering, made the point. It was, I think, quite articulately stated by Galgatron originally, and then I reported based on that, and I just want to reiterate this concept. It's going to, like a validator could go offline, for example, and then this percentage can change. So like when I reported on this, it was actually right at 80%. Now it's at 79%. But there you go. So like case in point, what we were just talking about the other day, assuming it was actually at 79% at that point. The point is, in terms of the percentage, of Ripple validators and unique nodes, like, it's just going to keep decreasing over time. You'll get to a point where it will never again reach over that 20% threshold. So again, apparently based on this, it did do that. I said that it was going to happen at some point, likely, and I agreed with Galgatron. I think it was worth citing. So here you go. I can just see, though, at some point, somewhere in the FUD, Ripple, they're back in control of this, and I can imagine some stupid FUD piece, somebody saying that. And if you happen to spot something like that, the answer is no, that is not it, indeed, what is happening here. All right, check out this tweet. This was from Frecky here, and did I intend to go? Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so this is from Frecky. Get ready for Singapore November, and then tag me, Moon Lambo here. Look at websites for guest lists on both events. End of year is going to get really interesting, and into Q1 of 2020, MoneyGram as well. And indeed, swell is coming, and I look forward to it. I don't know how you're gonna, in terms of news, I don't know how you're gonna outdo what you did last year, Ripple, at least in terms of surprising, because a lot of people are speculating that big news wouldn't come out of Swell last year, and you freaking announced the production version of XRP. So well played, Ripple. So this year, what are you gonna do now? Maybe some exciting partnerships or something like that? That would be kind of neat. Who knows? But I acknowledge, because again, I was kind of skeptical too last year. I didn't know. I was like, I didn't firmly feel one way or another. I was like, is Ripple really going to announce something? I thought, maybe. I don't know. But now I know that you're capable of doing something like that, and perhaps you will. So we shall see. All right, let's jump into the last piece now. LA Chargers. Russell Okung says Bitcoin is freedom after bank denies request to withdraw his own money. LA Chargers offensive tackle Russell Okung says he equates Bitcoin directly with freedom. In a new interview on the What Bitcoin Did podcast, Okung says his lifelong experience as an athlete has taught him the value of personal independence and sovereignty. And here's a quote now. When I explain Bitcoin, or at least when one of my teammates asks me, I say, well, what is freedom? What is independence? And I think one of the reasons that I ask that question and why it resonates so well with my teammates is because when you look at the construct, especially with an athlete, what tends to happen is all throughout our careers, because we've essentially been playing this game since we were 10 years old into adulthood, there's always been somebody sort of managing our lives and serving as some sort of facilitator and manager and agent and some sort of advocate. At the end of the day, what they all do is they have their hand in our pocket and they want a piece. They say, well, in order for you to do whatever you're attempting to do, the cost of participating is my fee. So, when I talk about Bitcoin and I try to explain what it is, I say, imagine a world where you have inextricable value associated to yourself and there's no fee. There's no complete independence. There's complete sovereignty over how you want to live your life. You are exceptional and you can live that way and not in the same accordance as whatever government or central authority may be over your life. And fair enough perspective there. I can always conceptualize, I get it. There are certain people out there for whatever reasons, and he cited his reasons here. They feel very strongly that they don't want a central authority having any sort of financial or monetary power over them. I still say this, though. Vast majority of humans on the planet, I don't think they feel that way. I don't think there's a lot of friction as it pertains to moving money around the world. There can be individual instances where things can be irritating, but by and large, systems in place, legacy systems, they work. Well, of course, as you're talking about cross-border payments, we know that's kind of broken. Maybe there's a lot of friction there, and that's an instance where cryptocurrency can help. But if you're talking about the use case of spending a cryptocurrency, in this case Bitcoin, as money, man. And then there's the question of, does the technology work? In the case of Bitcoin, it doesn't scale. It simply doesn't scale. So there's that. But I can appreciate where people are coming from when they have strong feelings for that. And what's funny to me is I sympathize with where Bitcoin maxis come from this place, unless they go too far. If they get into like anarchy or something stupid like that, then I'm like, okay, you've crossed the line, you've lost me. I can relate with that, but they can't relate to where I'm coming from. And if you're listening to this, probably you. As in, let's fix a broken payment system, and then if the world wants to adopt a cryptocurrency to be used in the place of fiat currency, super duper. Can't we just fix? Because if you want to talk about real world adoption, look, in terms of using a cryptocurrency, not only is it not scalable right now, if you're talking about Bitcoin, but good luck getting humans en masse to start using Bitcoin, even if it wasn't volatile, even if it did scale, because there's, from the perspective of most humans, there's no perceived problem with the way money's moving around the world. So good luck if you're going for that use case. But when you're talking about utilizing XRP as a bridge currency, it can be a very big force for good, because a lot of, especially the corridors that Ripple's tackling now, you're talking about money flowing from the United States to Mexico and the Philippines. Those are basically just people that came to the United States working, sending money back home to their families, trying to take care of their families so they can have a better life. And so most of that money, and they're doing it now, they're going to keep doing it, but a lot of that's getting eaten up in fees, whereas it could just go straight to the families. What's a better force for good right now, and why would you want to stop that? And so it's just funny to me that I can relate to conceptually where many of the maximalists come from, as long as they don't take it too far, and they can't relate to something as simple as poor families keeping more of their money when they're moving fiat currency from one country to another. And to me, it gets to the point where sometimes it's kind of like, that's gross that you don't get it. It's like it's for poor people. Like, how can you possibly be against this? I'll get off my soapbox, though. That's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!